Hello, you alright? How are you? I haven't seen you for ages. Well, welcome to the channel. The dog's got all excited now, and today we're going to be working on the headline. So this headline is actually out of the Mark IV Golf, and the plan of action for today is to strip down all of the headlining, all this material, all of the foam backing that's underneath. There is metal clips around sort of like where the lights are, on the sunroof on the back here. I don't know if we can get in there, but just along this strip down here, let's see if I can come in through this angle. Just here, there's a plastic strip that runs all the way along here, so that needs to be removed. There's metal clips and that all around where the sunroof controls are. So we need to remove all those metal clips. We're going to remove the foam, and then we're going to be re-trimming it. And what I have is some four-way stretch suede. So I've got two types of suede. I've got a backed and a non-backed. So the backed is it's a foam, basically. It's got foam backing on it. And I've actually gone ahead. Let's move you around to here. So you can see it's here. It's foam backed. And it's actually, I don't know, it's probably, 3 or 4 mil thick or thin, however you want to say. And then this here is the non-backed, and you can see it's just very thin. One side you've got your suede, and then the other side, it's just that side's going to get glued down. And what I have also been doing, because I didn't want to just attack the headlining in one go first off, I didn't want to make any mistakes because it is quite expensive, this material. I think it's about £25 per square, well, £25 per metre, and the metre comes as a width of 1.5. So it's always 1.5 and then how many metres you want. This material is actually from Harrison Trim, and it was actually Russ from Trimporters. He messaged me early one morning last week, and he said, "Oh look, I've got I'm putting an order in today for Harrison Trim. Did you want me to order your bits for you?" And yeah, it's just easier saying sound, happy days. So he's gone ahead and he's ordered all these bits for me to make my life easier, so I didn't have to worry about going onto Harrison Trim website and ordering the materials and the glues. And yeah, so Russ from Trimporters, really appreciate that, mate. Absolutely spot on. I'll leave his link down below to his, he's got a YouTube channel as well. But yeah, he's also Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, definitely check him out because he's got some amazing builds going on. But anyway, I thought I would go ahead. Let's go this way. Let's see what the camera's saying. It's not going to like it, is it? But I have actually already trimmed up a few little bits. So I've got like, what's that? That's the A-pillar. So the A-pillar's all trimmed up and it's actually come up really well. Both sides, I've just folded it over, tucked it over a very little bit because this material's really thin. The B-pillar, that's come up really well. Even with these mad contours on that, you can actually get it to stretch quite well over it. The four-way stretch actually stretches better one way than it does the other. So I took a few minutes, especially before doing this one, I just took a few minutes to make sure that when I went to stretch it, it was going to stretch the right way to make it easier, to make it fit properly. And I've also done the sunroof. So it's gone from the grey to the black. The sunroof, I've got the foam backed on, so it's nice and soft. And obviously the plastic trim is all hard plastic, so that's the non-backed suede. Now, with the sunroof, these, you can see here, that plastic trim that's all put in, that was also grey. That has now been painted, and I painted that with just some Halford's cheap vinyl paint, flexible paint. Yeah, I used a can of that. I just thought, well, we'll give it a go, see what it's like. And it's actually come up all right. It looks OEM. It does actually genuinely look really good. So I've also got all the other plastics, and what I did with the A, B and C pillar trims, because I only got 1 metre of that, so I didn't get so much of that, I went ahead and laid it out and laid all the plastic trim on top and then worked out how much I needed for each panel and then cut the material out. Yeah, pretty much. So that I knew that way I wasn't going to get any wasted material. So if we just go into here quickly, you can see all of this trim here, everything's all sort of like got its material ready to go. So I've got all of this trim. This is where I'm sort of like working in here at the moment, doing all of the trimming, but I couldn't get, because this is quite a small space, the headline does fit in here, but then you can't get around the edge. So I don't think I'm going to be doing the headline in here. What I'm going to do is I've actually got a I've got a yellow sheet, a massive sheet here. So I'll move that sheet into the front room when I do that in a minute. Right, I completely forgot. I've got the radio going in there, and that's the bird mocking me. Oh dear, the joys. Right. Oh, I've also got a massive bag. This is all the plastic trim that I got down here. Yeah, I'm down here, mate. Yeah, so I've got a massive bag, loads of plastic trim. I've gone ahead, prepped everything up. Everything's all cleaned. These little bits are going to be a little bit of a bugger because, yeah, it's got the open and close on the doors, and I don't really want to be painting over them. But it is what it is. Paint over that. Right, so let's get back in the front room, get you guys set up, and then we will start stripping all of that down. Happy days.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel...
Well, this is taking a lot longer than what I thought it was going to take, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, well, unfortunately the camera seems to die, and I didn't even realise until just now when I was checking the footage. But it took me the best part of an hour and a half just to get this far, getting in all these little intricate detail-y bits. And I was just using like the hard brush and the bit of rubber, and it was a real struggle. And it's a completely different material to the sunroof. So I ended up going outside. I took myself a little lunch break, as you do, and I grabbed the wire brush, and I come back and I've just been going over with the wire brush. And the wire brush seems to work fine, as long as you don't press too hard. So yeah, just going over the wire brush, and then with the softer brush, just to, you know, take away all the bits that the wire brush misses. And it's only taken, literally just to do this bit here, has taken about 10 minutes, whereas all of that bit took about an hour and a half. I've gone ahead, everything's all cleaned up now with a headline. I've actually put down some bubble wrap underneath just to hopefully prevent any overspray of glue going anywhere at all. The suede stretch is 4-way stretch. It's only roughly cut down to size. It's 1.5 meters wide, and I've cut it down to about 2 meters in length. The reason why I had to order 3 meters of this material was because I needed the extra foot or so just to do the sunroof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some of this glue, fix the trim, Revolutionary Premium High Solids. Anyway, yeah, we're going to use some of this Harrison trim, fixer trim, bit of glue. We spray it up, spray a bit of this, spray a bit of that, wait for it to set a bit, and then we'll lay it down. But I'm only going to do small sections at a time. And I think I may start just doing the centre and then work the way out. I think that might be the way forward. So. Well, this is very daunting, isn't it? Bit scary. You get one shot at it. Yeah, just going to leave that for a moment or two just to let it dry off a bit. When you're actually doing the hard plastic bits, when you're doing these ones, you actually want to leave it quite a while. Otherwise, if you apply it when it's actually wet, that patchiness, you're going to get the wet patchiness come through the actual suede. So always wait until it's, you know, touch dry and not wet. Right, well, unfortunately a nightmare with the camera last night. It got dark and I was like, well, even though it's dark, I'm going to carry on, just get the carpet laid down, get as much as I can done. Didn't even notice that the camera had turned off, which, I don't know, I don't know, it started recording and then didn't. So that was twice, in one day it's done that. For no reason. Ghosts, mate, ghosts. Right, so all of that lining's done, it's all been carpeted, it's actually come out and it looks really good. I mean, I'm really impressed with how well it actually looks. It's proper tidy. So I've got to paint the handles. So I'll paint the handles. You can get black handles. I'm not sure about sun visors for the Golf. You might be able to. I haven't really looked into it, but I know you can get grab handles, black grab handles off other vehicles as well. I think Audis and Seats are also the same. I'll have a look next time I go down to Silver Lakes, down to Scrappy, and see what's down there. And just have a look to see if the handles are the same. If they are the same, I can then think about getting them ones from eBay, and maybe even looking on eBay if they're going to fit. So I've got to go see Russ in a minute at Trimporters, because Sound is going to sort me out with another can of some of that Harrison trim, fixer trim. What else we got to do? Yeah, I've just got to fix. I've got some of this stuff. You ever heard of it before? Where is it? There it is. Bit of butt rub. Butt rub. So it is a is permanently plastic, remains permanently plastic. So I'm going to use that around the aerial, around the antenna, just to seal it, so hopefully we can actually eliminate all the water leaking, because I don't really want to be putting this headlining back in if we've got leaks. The sunroof is absolutely fine, that's not leaking at all anymore. I've just been out there, I've checked it, it is hammering it down. So I stayed out there for a while and just made sure that everything is fine. The water seems to be running off fine. The only thing I'm not keen on are the little nipples at the bottom of the sunroof gutter. I don't like them, because if you squeeze them, water comes out, but they're not blocked because I've cleaned them all out. So the water doesn't really flow out of them that well. Maybe it needs more water in there and then the pressure will push it down. I don't know, it seems like a silly idea though. Right, there's not a lot I can do for now because I need to go see Russ. But we'll come back next time once I've got all the butt rub done. There's no more water leaks. Once I've got all of that sorted, we'll be good to go, won't we? And I'll catch up with you guys then. So thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry there's been lots of clips that have been missed and everything else. You know, every YouTuber has these moments, and I'm having these moments. Absolute, what a nightmare. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you very soon. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.